Hi everyone, and welcome back to episode 4 of the Poopcast. As always, I'm Anthony, and I'm joined by co-host Connor. How you doing, Connor?
I'm fine. Hello.
Um,
Is it me that you're looking for?
nice. Right, so this week we've got quite a few topics to talk about. At the end, we're going to address why we missed last week. So we're going to start off first with the first topic, which is Connor's bad luck with a Scout the Star. If you followed the podcast in the recent weeks, you know that Connor on the Sunderland career, is that correct?
Yes.
On his Sunderland career, he's bought these Scout stars that you can get in the completely randomised. You might get an absolute belter Jeff, or you might get someone who's absolute garbage. And so, do you want to maybe go over what happened on your Scout star, Connor?
Well, it's just me bad luck of getting not very well-rounded players for the positions. I mean,
Yeah,
you want to
and the
say that.
height as well. It's the height that's mostly the bad luck. Um, correct us if I'm wrong. You Romanian on his stats in the youth squad, like layout, said he was 5'2".
Yep.
Is
I
this is a centre midfielder?
I had a 5'1" Mexican as well, apparently.
Yeah, he's had a 5'1", 5'2", 5'4". He's gonna have every height in these squad, guys. It's really funny how that he seems to be getting this sort of really bad luck. I don't know if he's ever had this before or whether this is just a new
I'm
thing
usually
with
quite good with it.
next gen. But on next gen, you seem to get a lot smaller players for some reason. So let us know in the comments, guys, if you've had any funny sort of scouter stars where they've went wrong, or you've got a 6'9" like striker and he's turned out to be a ledge. So yeah, you've had quite a few of them, and we'll keep you updated, guys, with what happens when Connor goes back on his Sunderland career. Because at the minute we do in our Wickham careers, which we'll talk about later in the show. So I think we'll just move on to the next part because it was a pretty short topic anyway, because there wasn't much to talk about on that. So the next topic we're going to go into is the GTA Business DLC. Just got just got released, and yeah, it's all right. It's all right. Me and Connor said, I don't know if we said this on the previous
I
podcast,
can't remember.
but we said they should have put heists in with the business thing, because that would have made sense. You know what I mean? Because obviously the business that you actually have a heist on, that makes sense because it's a business, isn't it? And with the business pack, but obviously for some reason they're holding it back. Why? Why are they holding this back from us?
To be
Maybe
fair though, it should have been in like when the game got released.
it should have. We've said that. We'll say this until we blue in the face. They had the insane trailers. We're like, oh, that looks amazing. You come online and it's a load of shite. So they've got new cars. I bought the $500,000 car, which was the Turismo.
$8.
Really nice, right? Really nice car, but it just what you're just driving around. There's nothing to do. I was just driving around, like running over like fat black people and like women on the side of the road, and it was just like, this is boring. So I just sold it. So I kind of give any experience on the other cars because I haven't tried them and I don't want to try them. So I wonder. I don't know if this is true or not, but I wonder if you do a race and you chose supercars, if those cars in the DLC or the update are actually in there.
I think it would be.
You would hope there would be, but with GTA and Rockstar now, the probably would want you to buy them first. So, but yeah, that's out. The clothes is slightly disappointing. I mean, there's a few decent suits in there, but what I love is they've made it so you can choose preset outfits. So they'll give you loads. You can buy like $100 ones where your guy looks like a douche, and then or you can have like suits, or where your guy looks like he's come out of Willy Wonka's chocolate factory.
Always suit up. That's the rule of GTA.
Yeah, I mean the decent priced, but it's just your guy looks like a bit of a bell end walking around in some of the new clothes. But let us know what you think about the GTA DLC. If you like it, if you think it was if you think it was worth all the trouble to go through. Because I mean, for me, I think it's all right. I think it's a step in a good direction, but they're just the DLCs or these updates. There's too much gap in between them.
I think
You
it's a
know what I
step
mean?
in the lost direction.
Yeah. Well, why is that? Do you just think that they're wasting the time and they should be focusing
Yes,
on heists or?
I'm thinking they're walking the only road. It's the only road they've ever
Ah.
known. They don't know where they're going.
All right, nice, nice reference there. But I think that they should have had heists in, and I think that would have sort of
A new game
made.
mode, anything, just
I, I,
something.
don't, I don't want a new game mode because I'm just not going to play it. I would rather have heists in so I can stockpile on cash, and I'll never have to ever buy GTA dolls. That's what I want to do.
Even if it's like some sort of like insurance fraud, get mini game, like just to get money, a
Yeah.
different way to get money.
Yeah, that would be pretty funny. Or if your character's a woman, you can sell yourself
To sort yourself out.
to random players for like $70 or whatever. So me and Con have mixed opinions on it, and that's the beauty of this podcast. Everyone has, we all have different opinions on this DLC. It would be interesting to hear yours as well in the comments. So we're gonna talk. The next topic we're gonna talk about is the Minecraft skin pack. We've mentioned this, I think, on every podcast. Right, we're 4 podcasts in, and we've mentioned, I'm pretty sure, on every
Panel
one.
Jeff.
And it's still not out. There was a picture leaked on when I was looking for the notes for the show, and I found a picture, and they're bringing out exclusive Sony characters for the PS3 one. So like Nathan
Ratchet and Clank. Ratchet and Clank is Ratchet and Clank.
I don't know.
Son of a bitch.
I know there's like Nathan Drake, a Hellgast trooper. And I really should have looked at this, but I just had a quick glance.
Has to be Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, there might be. There doesn't seem to be any concrete word or when this title update's coming out, and it's sort of worrying us that
They're not
because
pushing it.
they're not pushing this hard enough, and it feels like that the PS3 version is like not getting enough attention as if the Xbox one is. Maybe because there's more people on the Xbox version, so they get a lot more skin packs and a lot more stuff like that, which can increase your fun when you've got an awesome new skin, you know. But title update 14, still no word on it, still no release date on these skin packs. Before, I think it was we did the last podcast about they're going to do like a Valentine's themed skin pack. Well, that's too late now. It's the middle of March. That would make no sense to release it now. But you know, I don't know why they're taking so long to release this update.
Unless Minecraft knows how to time travel. Exactly.
They've got the hoverboards and they're flying all over the place. Yep. So
no Back to the Future references right there.
Yeah, but I think the title update 14 should be out pretty soon. If it's not, then I mean, I just want anvils. Me and Connor have an awesome end spawner where we have an Enderman farm, and we really want to go in there and have an anvil there. So if we can go in and if we get a sick enchantment, you know, when we down there and we're getting a level 30, you can repair stuff and you can just have anvils like in our houses and around the world so we can repair our tools and armor.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, sure. What we can do is for the next topic, Connor, as you're playing it right now, I think you can start with your. Me and Connor have both done Wickham career modes at the same time. We're on Skype, and I was having trouble signing into the EA service. What a surprise! I know. And so I downloaded the newest updates. We both started our career modes. We both in League One now. I'm closer to the championship in terms of games. I've only got like 6 games left before.
I've just threw my season away.
Connor's just threw his season away.
I've just bottled it.
Breaking news, drama alert.
I just bottled it.
Yeah. So Connor, do you maybe want to tell the viewers how we came about this career mode and how your career mode has started
Hold
and
on,
where
hold
it
on.
is now?
I'm just gonna have to quickly change the channel because if I look at that, I'm just gonna get all sulky. Right. So basically, we wanted to start a new career mode because we felt bored in the Premier League, just constantly winning. It's like,
Yeah.
not
When
getting
you when
nowhere.
you're in isn't the teams getting promoted never change. They never seem to you never seem to get a Randy team where you're like, oh bloody hell, I never expected that.
Yeah, and all the teams are already well established, so it's like, what do you build on?
Yeah, like the team me and Connor had, there wasn't any work to it. It was like so imagine having a sports car, right? And you're just doing little niggly tuning to make it like slightly better. You know what I mean? And we wanted a challenge, so we scoured through. I'm not joking. Every league. We went through every league. We checked the Argentinian league, didn't we, Connor? The Chilean league,
Korean.
Korean. We checked every league because we thought, let's do something different to what we normally do. Because we always generally seem to go for the Prem or a big league because obviously you have more money, so it's more fun to play. But we thought we'll go to League Two. We picked Wigan, not Wigan, Wickham. So how did your first season start out, and how did
My
it go?
first season, I picked up some really good signings, and that they just carried us through the first second league.
Yeah, yeah. Any standout players?
Futax, McClure, Cowan Hall.
You might have to elaborate on these players because a lot of people might not know who they are. So Cowan Hall is a right midfielder from Wickham. He was already in the squad. He's an absolute animal, guys. Check him out on your career mode. He should only cost you about 200,000 to get. He's got 90. How much pace did he had when he first started?
92,
91. I'm sure 91, 92, something like that.
Oh, he's got a lot.
An amazing right midfielder, guys. He can score. He scored some belters for me, and he scored some belters for Connor as well. He's really awesome. Check him out. So you said Marco Futax as well. He's a free agent. He's pretty awesome. Who else did you say?
95 strength, BT dubs.
Who else did you say? You said Futax, Cowan Hall, and
McClure.
McClure is a young. Is he from Northern Ireland?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he's a young Irish striker, and he's actually not that bad. He's doing all right. He's got the best finishing in my team at 73. I believe he's like, how old is he, Connor? Probably like 23 something.
Oh, he's not old.
Yeah, and he's really good. Do you want to tell them about your 6'6" Bolivian goalkeeper?
Ooh, yay! Right, so basically, he was one of the first signings I got that's in League Two, which we keep speaking of.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking for a keeper. I initially got one on loan, and I was like, "Oh, I'm not feeling good here." So I went in the free agents, and I saw this guy called Marvin Azogu. I was like, yeah. I looked at him, 6'6". His goalkeeping stats are pretty solid, to be honest. He's not the highest grade, but he's standing out every season so far.
Yeah, I mean, you said he was really good for you, even though he was pretty low rated. I mean, at the minute, I haven't got a goalkeeper that stands out. I've got Matt Ingram in goal, who I like to call James Ingram, and he's meh, right? And I had Lee Nichols. He's a squad rotational player at Wigan. And I got him on loan. He was 67 rated, and he did the job. But I wanted to have the feeling where I had my own keeper. You know what I mean? Because when you get someone in on loan and you get used to them, you're like, oh, I kind of just wish I'd bought them, but he was way too expensive. And at the time, I probably only had like a tenner on my budget or something. But
St. Mirren keeps trying to buy me keeper.
Yeah, but so I'll talk about my first season. My first season, Connor can remember the start of it was just awful. Right, I was raging. I was ready to quit after like 3 games. It was just awful, and then something clicked, and I ended up winning the league with like 113 points or whatever. And I got quite a few players. Standout player of the season was probably Pedro Zogwe in centre mid for us from Bolivia, the young 19-year-old Bolivian. I always seem to get him on free agents if I'm doing a low team because he only has like
Oh no!
£1,250 wage, and he's really good, really well rounded. He scored a lot of goals. Um, I got a few people on loan first on my first season. Brought in a few free agents. They've done quite well for us. Now in League One, my team, I lost a few people on contracts because I couldn't pay them. And I've brought in quite a few new like young players in the free agents because they're updated. I sold Pedro Azogwe for 1.7 million to Celtic, which was crazy considering he was only worth like 600,000 or whatever. But he was in really good form. So they said, "Oh, we can ask for that." So I was like, "Might as well," you know. And
Seriously, dude, this is just karma. The way my season's going now and yours is going. It's like the
yeah,
last season all over again.
yeah. Well, at the minute, my team is playing really well. We're second in the league. We Millwall is just having a storm in Norman. They're flying ahead, right?
I have an update.
They're like so far ahead. What did you say? You have an update?
Yep.
Alright, go ahead.
So, at the moment, because of financial situations with Wickham, I cannot afford to bring in all the players I need. And I only have three centre backs on the actual.
Is one injured at the
The
minute?
wage bill, yes. My main one has just broke his leg and he's out for the rest of the season.
Is that why you went, "Oh no," when
Yeah.
I was starting?
I was trying not to rage. And
Yeah.
also, both fullbacks have broken the tibias, so they're out for a while.
Oh god, it sounds like you've caught the tough man curse of the broken bone manager.
And now I've just got wingers in fullbacks.
Me and Connor have both been sort of struggling with the financial thing, and I've struggled for a long time. I had £81 on the wage budget.
I
which is
blame these bastard
hilarious.
cup runs.
You what? Sorry?
I blame these cup runs.
Yeah. I've never gotten far in a cup on the Wickham one because I'm like I don't have the squad depth, so I just simulate the games. I'm like I couldn't go through if I tried because I would just get injuries and I would get frustrated and my team would be tied for the league game. So I prioritised the league at all cost. And I'm almost in the championship now, so it's pretty badass. So,
I'm in the quarter final of the FA Cup, I think. So
awesome. We'll keep you guys updated with our Wickham Cream mods as they go on every week. We'll come back and we'll let you know how we do and if we've brought in any sick young players you should try out. Oh, we didn't mention Connor. We didn't mention Camdal.
Oh, Camdal, Tarek Camdal.
Tarek Camdal. I found him on the free agents and I immediately alerted Connor. I'm like, you need to pick this guy up. He's sick, right? And he's now 67 rated for both of us, I believe.
Mine's broken. He's
Broken his leg.
Yes.
He can play right back, left back, right mid. He's got 4-star skills, 3-star weak foot. He's such a badass right back. He gets forward. He's back when you need him. And he's got an awesome sort of chin strap here, and I normally don't like chin strap things 'cause I think they look douchey, but he's a bit of a badass, and I think you should check him out, guys. If you're in the championship, he would fit in perfectly. Maybe not in the Prem. Maybe he's like a third choice right back or whatever. But check him out. I think he was only £3,000 on the wage at 2022, so. Should definitely check them out, and so I think we'll move on, Connor. And what we're gonna do now is I'll take this topic here. It's just about the last week. We always try to record on Saturday mornings like we do, and last week I was poorly. I had really bad. Fever and I was vomiting and everything was awful and my throat was proper knackered, so I was like I cannot do this podcast because we always like to deliver longish episode for you guys and I just couldn't do it, so that's why the episode 4 wasn't last week, so maybe drop a like for the return of the podcast. We're excited to come back and record it and to get back in the routine of things. So if you can drop a like, guys, that'd be badass. So I suggested this to Connor last night, and we both had just excitement over this next topic or next feature in this podcast. It's our new feature. The podcast is called Album of the Week. So every week we're gonna suggest the best album that you should listen to, and you can let us know what you think your best album of the week is that you're enjoying at the minute, that you listen to while you're playing FIFA or Minecraft or GTA or whatever you play. So, Connor, do you want to go first with your album of the week?
Okay, so after long and hard thought of what my album of the week is, because I've been listening to a lot of albums this week, and
Yeah.
I mean a lot.
Same. Yeah, YouTube on the iPad is great because I can just listen to loads of greatest hits. It annoys us though because I cannot listen to a lot of them because it's not made for mobile. It's like,
Spotify, mate, it's perfect. It's what you need.
I'm lazy. I don't want to go through an external app to. But yeah, continue with your
As I
album.
was saying, I've been listening to a lot of albums on Spotify lately, and if I have to choose my probably his favorite album of the week, it's
The
a
best album of the week. First time with the podcast. Historic moment.
yep.
Trumpets are playing right now. Just can't hear them.
Right, this band was quite present in the 80s. A very, very well known band. Well known for their arguments, breaking up and getting back together.
Right.
And basically, my favourite album of the week is Rumours by Fleetwood Mac.
I had a funny feeling it was going to be Fleetwood Mac.
I love Fleetwood Mac, what can I say? It was either going to be Rumours or Sergeant Pepper.
Sergeant Pepper. That sounds a badass name for a thing. I thought
Yes.
you want to say Sergeant Slaughter.
That's actually known as one of the best albums ever, Sergeant
What
Pepper.
is that their highest grossing album? Is it?
Yeah, the Beatles. It's like one of the highest grossing album ever.
Oh, I thought that was by Fleetwood Mac.
No, Rumours is gross. Like that's a big album, Rumours.
Yeah. So is that Sergeant Pepper Beatles one?
Yeah, it's like
All right, okay. I thought Sergeant Pepper's was a Fleetwood Mac one as well. You
Mm.
listened to both albums. All right, so the first album for Connor is Rumours by Fleetwood Mac. Now mine is Michael McDonald Greatest Hits.
yes.
I've been listening to that a lot on YouTube. I love Michael McDonald. If I could, I would want him to adopt us because Michael McDonald is amazing.
When you snuggle
Uh,
up in his beard.
exactly, he's got the most amazing beard, and he just makes everything sound soulful and bluesy. And I've been listening to that a lot. You just type in Michael McDonald on Michael McDonald Greatest Hits, and it's a really really good album. Um, I've listened to it the whole way through, and there's quite a variety of different songs that he's released. My favourite is Yamo Be There. I love Yamo Be There with him and James Ingram. It's just badass. They fit together like jam on toast, and really good. So that's our first albums of the week.
Yay!
Remember to leave yours in the comments, guys. And let us know what you think of our albums as well. If you've listened to Rumours or the best of Michael McDonald, let us know, and let us know what you think of them albums. So we're going to continue that every week because me and Connor
Yeah.
have quite a lot of albums in our head already. What we could choose for the next upcoming weeks, so it's going to be
We
interesting.
are trying to inject more of like a music theme into the podcast because me and Anth are really big fans
Yeah.
of the classic rock and the music from the 80s.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna include probably different things every now and again. So it might be like guitar solo of the week, or something daft like that. So if you stay tuned, remember to subscribe, guys, so you don't miss any of the podcasts. Because we feel like the podcast now we've sort of got used to the structure of a podcast. We feel like we can really push some more unique content in. So make sure to subscribe to Wolfie Pack Games for future episodes. So we've actually covered quite a lot of the topics, Connor. Do you think we should maybe have a break and then come back?
Okay. And that break was brought to you by Bruce Butterfield, The Sims Adventures.
All right, so we're back, guys. We've just had a quick little break there. We've got two more topics, So we're gonna maybe just throw a few random stuff in just to make it a little bit longer for you guys as the return of the podcast after a week. So the next thing I was going to talk about was BioShock.
Love that game.
I've recently completed it. It was free on PlayStation Plus, and I believe it still is free on PlayStation Plus. So I'll definitely check it out if you have PlayStation Plus, guys. It seems to be really, really good at the minute on PS3. Yeah, I just installed Tomb Raider. I haven't played that yet. I'm probably going to play that tonight or tomorrow when I put the PS3 back in. It's BioShock for me it was a fun game. The fighting and everything was pretty fun. I liked the weight that certain things had behind it. I liked the art style. I thought that was pretty good. Some of the environments were very good. I liked it indeed, but it just felt, I don't know, like you were backtracking through certain areas too much just to fill up time. Like you would constantly find yourself later in the game, spoiler alert, that you would constantly go back through things that you've already seen, just in a different theme almost, like a different either color style or you know what I mean, something like that. Or you're literally just running back through just to go through a different door. And to me, that felt a little bit lazy, but I understand why they do that. Um, and I mean, I can't remember how long it took us to beat it. Probably about 20, 30 hours, something like that. Because me and Connor are both massive RPG fans, and we like to loot the living hell out of areas. Like even to the point where it would almost like halt the progress of the game. Like because we'd be going through, getting everything, picking up everything. I mean, me and Connor were talking earlier about how KYS Speedy is doing a South Park Stick of Truth thing,
That game's awesome.
and people are like getting onto him saying, "Look, you've got to loot everything." You know, like with me and Connor, you'd be telling us to stop looting everything because we would just constantly be looting everything. I mean, I'm pretty OCD when it comes to looting. I like to have everything searched, everything, like, you know what I mean.
Let's put this in perspective. If there's a quest on Skyrim to explore a cave that'll take an hour, it'll probably take me about 5 hours maybe just to get
Yeah.
search
The thing
every
is,
little place.
on Skyrim, you would have little quests. It would just be like, explore this cave, kill, I don't know, Bob, right? So you go in, and then you spend like, me and Conrad's probably spend like half an hour looking through the cave, and the cave took like 2 minutes to explore. But we're like looking at every nook and cranny, grabbing loot, selling it. And the thing is with me on my Skyrim, because I've done that, I've got like 500,000 coins, 500,000 gold, and it really pays off. So if you're just getting into gaming, a tip for you: loot everything, because you'd be surprised the amount of times when you'd be in battle and you'd be like, shit, I wish the amount of times you'd be in battle and you'd be like, shit, I've completely out of resources. You know, you'd be surprised at how good it is to loot everything, because you'd be like, man, I really wish I looted that cave because there was so many health potions. But if you do loot that cave, you've always got loads, and you can like sell stuff, and you can make extra money. So I would definitely do that, guys. I would make sure that you take your time, go at a nice methodical pace, and get everything, because on Skyrim you do need a lot of different resources. So I would definitely loot everything. Because I mean, you've played Fallout, haven't you, Connor?
I've played Fallout 3 in New Vegas, like
Right.
put loads of hours into
On
it.
Fallout 3, looting is the difference between
Life or death.
life or death in that game, and it's like that in certain games as well. Other games that you play, it's the difference between life and death in that game.
The thing that
And
makes it hard in Fallout with Skyrim, you can have a sword that doesn't take any durability up, it does loads of damage. Fallout, you need bullets. You're gonna have to find some bullets. You can't
yeah,
fight with a
exactly.
blade.
And your guns get damaged as well, and you need to like repair them and stuff like that.
And the enemies are a lot
So
harder, I feel.
yeah, yeah. Well, let us know, guys, if what's your thought on BioShock? I mean,
I love.
for me, the story got a bit daft near the end and um, a bit over the top. I thought it was going along at a nice pace, and then the sort of like, shit, what do we do now? And started throwing like swerves like left and right, like it was a WCW show, and you didn't know what to expect. So when just let us know what you think of
Yeah,
Bioshock.
in my opinion on Bioshock, I think what it did the best was it kind of made you connect with the main characters, which
Yeah.
games don't do that enough. It's like Elizabeth and Bucky, you kind of connect with them, and you're like, it's like watching a movie, like getting into it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh
It
shit.
For me, I don't know about anyone else, but throughout this whole game, I was just making Booker T jokes because the guy's called Booker, and the side character. Oh, you could say she's a main character, but
I would say
she's like
she's man.
she's just a side character when you're playing. Is Elizabeth, and I was always making like Macho Man, uh, like things like Elizabeth and stuff like that. It was awesome. So. For me, if I was going to give it a score, it would probably be 8 out of 10.
Nine for
Uh,
me.
it was a really, really decent game. Pretty fun to play. Had a lot of like awesome, deep mechanics in battle. Um, but for me, the stuff that sort of let it down in the end was, in fact, the story. Um, Connor said to me, "It's a good story," and I believed him. I played it, and it was a decent story. But for me, like I said, it got daft a bit near the end, and I thought the ending was a bit poor. Um, so let us know what you think about the story. Let us know what you think about the gameplay as well. I loved the fact that Elizabeth kept chucking you stuff when you needed it, because I already looted the whole area, so I couldn't find anything else. And Elizabeth was like, "Oh, here's some salt, or here's some bullets for your gun," and that'd be the difference between getting past that level and not getting past that level. And I really wish more games would do that. Me and Connor was saying it would be an awesome on Resident Evil 4. Ashley would be like, "Oh, here's some ammo I found," or he's a green herb I found lying on the floor somewhere. You know what I mean? Something like that I think would be really good.
Hmm.
Um, so hopefully in future games they'll start putting that in. A game I'm looking forward to, which is an RPG, The Witcher 3.
I've never played a Witcher game.
It's coming to PS4, so I was like, I've got to try this. Apparently it's 20% larger than Skyrim.
Wow. What is The
And
Witcher about? Like,
it's like sort of like, I think it's like a mystical sort of RPG game where you guys like a total badass. I don't know the whole story behind it, because obviously the other two games were Xbox exclusives. So I've only heard people talk about it, and everyone says it was really good, and there's lots of boobs in it apparently. So it's like
that's a plus.
that is a definite plus. It's coming to PS4. It's just been delayed to I think February of 2015,
Ooh.
because they said that they wanted a bit more time to put more stuff in. And it just sounds like the ultimate RPG game. It looks unbelievable, Connor.
It's
It looks so awesome. The environments look unique. Look like they have, like when you walk into an area on a game these days. Anyway, you very rarely like are taken back. You very rarely are taken back, and the feel of the area. Like on Fallout 3, I thought it was awesome in the fact that when the first time you came out the vault, you were hit by an overwhelming sense of how big this world was, and the sense of loneliness and the sense of desperation.
oh damn! I wanted to
You
kick off with the Whitney Houston song there.
know? And like on Skyrim as well, when you come out when you're well, I think when you come out, when you get chased by the dragon, you go underground, then you come back out again. You see the whole world for the first time. You see these mystical areas. And on Fallout 3, for me anyway, when I used to go on the subway, you always used to feel like claustrophobic and threatened, and you had like this sort of like presence about it when you went in. You're always super cautious, and you're always super wary of your
Good map
surroundings.
design.
You always found yourself always having your gun cocked and ready to for anything around the corner, because it was one of them areas where you sort of expect someone to be there, and you're always on the edge. You're always like panicking.
That's what I call a good map design.
And it is due down to good map design. And there's certain areas as well in Fallout, like the main sort of strip area where the big monument is. That whole area has a very
Unique look to
almost
it.
like a spooky sort of aura about it when you go there. There's a lot of behemoths there, and there's a lot of big behemoths, not the actual big behemoths, not that I can remember anyway, because I haven't played that game in a couple of years now. But yeah, about The Witcher 3, it looks like it has some really unique areas, and it looks really fun. But with it being delayed, who knows? I might not be into gaming as much then. You can't really tell, because I'm getting older now, and it's just like you push things to the side, and we'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully, yes, still am, but we'll just have to wait and see on that. Because you've said you're not really into Witcher. Have you never seen any
I've
pictures
actually
of?
never really seen a video or heard about it, if I'm being honest.
I think you should check this out once we've finished this episode. I think you should definitely have a look, because I think you would
Probably have
really
a look.
enjoy it. It's an RPG sort of like sexual dream, right? It looks perfect, right? The boss, it looks like it has like special bosses in like certain areas that you have
What,
to
Bruce Springsteen?
yeah, like Bruce Springsteen's in the forest, and he's like singing at you, and you have to dodge his vocal waves. No,
Vocal
but
runs.
yeah, it looks really awesome. I'll definitely check it out. Let us know what your favorite area was in a game where you really came off feeling something. You know what I mean? Like when you went at that
Feels.
like that Toadsville, and you'd be like,
Ugh.
you go in that area and you feel no sense of loneliness or sadness or happiness or joy, terrifyingness. Let us know what you think, because for me, Fallout 3 had it all. You know what I mean? It was really awesome, and I'll have to play Fallout 3 again sometime in the future. I don't know if I would start it again, because it's one of them games where I've already started it and maxed to level 30, probably like 3 times now. So I don't think I would have any new experiences, to be honest. But so me and Connor during the break, we were thinking of some new topics to sort of pad the show out a little bit more, and we want to talk about Alan Pardew and this whole headbutt thing. Now, Connor, if you don't mind, I'll go first.
Fine.
I'll
Fill
tell
in the
you,
backstory.
tell you basically what happened was Newcastle were away at Hull, and I believe at the time they were winning 3-1.
Yeah.
I think that was the final result, and David Miley ran over to get the ball for a throw-in, because
Excellent play.
it must have been late in the game. They must have been wanting to get the thing on so they could try and mount a comeback. And he ran to the touchline and he shoved Alan Pardew. And for me, you shouldn't be able to shove or punch the manager in any way. You know what I mean? If you do that, you should be fined and suspended, because the manager, he's not meant to tolerate. He's meant to set a standard and whatnot. So I think, for me anyway, I think they both should have been punished.
But being devil's advocate, wouldn't you think Pardew should just either grab the ball and stop the ball, move
Yeah.
so he can get the ball instead of just standing there like a prat?
If I was the Newcastle manager, the way I am, I would have stopped the ball with my foot and said, "There you go, son," and passed the ball. Even though
You're
It's
3-1 up. You know what I mean?
even though it's the other team. I'm pretty sure him stopping the ball and passing him would not have affected the outcome of the match. You know what I mean? I don't think it would have changed the course of the match. But no, Alan Pardew, he sees red, he sees the flag, and he goes mental, and he goes to headbutt him. I mean, it's pretty pathetic.
Oh,
You know,
definitely.
it was one of them footballer headbutts, and anyway, he's getting was it a 3 game, or was it a 5 game stadium?
Right. He
I'm
got
pretty sure,
fined off the club.
yeah, he got fined, and then he got a 3 game stadium ban.
Then he got fined off the FA more money and a 3-match stadium ban and a 7-match manager ban, I think.
Yeah, that's like a touchline, so he can only sit watch in the stand.
Yeah.
Which to me, I don't know if
I thought
that's
it was quite lightly, if I'm being honest.
that he did get off quite lightly with it. Personally, if a manager strikes out at a player, I think you should be sacked.
Well, in my opinion on this,
Because you've got to set that standard
you
for
do.
for,
You're the
for
leader.
kids. If you're if a figurative head of their football club or their support, and you're doing that, that's setting a bad example then to
You're the
the
leader.
or if someone pushes or shoves you, that you just headbutt them randomly, and I think he should have been fined a lot heavier and sacked. But I suppose he's tied up on a long contract, and they would have had to pay him a lot of compensation money. So I mean, from Connor's a Sunderland fan, and from that perspective, like, how would you think as a Newcastle manager? Do you think that's affected your opinion at all, or do you think?
Obviously I have a lot of Newcastle friends. I speak to Mikey a lot about this, and
Mm,
from what I gather, Pardew isn't a very liked man to start with.
mm.
And the thing is about the whole trial by ordeal, it's like he's known for lashing out at people. He's been in trouble loads before, not for but like getting angry.
He has been quite angry. I remember he had a touchline kerfuffle with the Pellegrini.
And Martin O'Neill on the derby a
And,
few years ago.
I remember, I think my dad told us about this one. He said he called Pellegrini like an old useless like C word,
Uh,
and it's just he just needs to calm down. I mean, yeah, I know that the job might be stressful if you're in a bad position, but you have to remember you're just standing on the side shouting
mm.
to people for 90 minutes.
And all I can say about it, right, is
All right, it's a pretty easy job considering what some people have to do to earn a living.
yeah.
You know,
Obviously, I'm going to compare it to Suarez. But Suarez, he's been in he's done
Swat.
some stupid stuff.
I think it should have been worse than the Swat. I think
That's what I'm saying. It's like
yeah.
Suarez, he's a player.
He should have the sack, to be honest, for
Yeah.
the headbutt. 'Cause I mean, I think the reason he wasn't sacked because it wasn't really a bad like assault. If he like really headbutted him and like broke his nose, or like you know what I mean, like knocked him unconscious, I think he would have I would think he would have got sacked. But the fact that it was sort of like almost like a really soft headbutt, if that, I think the punishment was lighter. But I think if you give him a good old headbutt and he knocked him out, I think he would have been. I think he would have been sacked.
Yeah, the thing is that I've compared Luis Suarez because he's a player. Yes, he's a player, but manager's meant to lead the team. He leads by example.
Yeah, but I think the Suarez thing, I think it was because it was so unusual.
Yeah, he sets the standards. I don't see why he did that.
I think would have been it's not unusual a case that he got away with it a bit more than what he should have.
Definitely.
Because you never really, well, recently anyway, you don't really see any managers sort of like lashing out and going crazy. You know what I mean? And I mean that's good that they do that. I mean, yeah, it makes entertaining television to watch, but at the end of the day, you don't want that sort of shit in football. You want.
It's a sport.
If anything, if you would want the sort of bad behaviour from like the players, almost. You know what I mean? But let us know what you think, guys. Do you think he's fine, and his match ban thing will sort him out? I mean, he had he had a press conference and he talked about it, and he said he apologized and stuff like that. But it's like obviously
He's been told
he
to do that
obviously
though.
yeah he got told to do it, otherwise he would have got sacked or something if he didn't. But let us know what you think. Do you think it was fair? Um, if there by any chance there's any Hull fans that listen to this, I doubt it. But if there is, let us know what you think.
Just putting it
Um,
out there. I hate Hull more than I hate Newcastle.
shot fired. I mean, I don't think I can say I hate any teams.
I do.
Uh, but let us know what you think, guys. And have you got any other things you might want to discuss, Connor, before we
I think I did and I forgot.
I mean, we could talk about some more
Well, I
like
was gonna discuss on the topic of Alan Pardew that 9 year contract he signed a while ago.
it was 6 years.
Still it's a ridiculous amount that.
Imagine like signing someone for 6 year. That's a lot of
Yeah,
trust.
the way you gotta think about it is the way I thought about it. As soon as he signed that long contract, I was like, this is gonna be the fall of Newcastle. This
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, for a manager, I think you should only give him
4 years
like
max.
like 2 or 3 year contracts.
Gus Poyet's only on a year contract.
Then if they deserve to get the contract extended, they get the contract extended. You know what I mean?
Gus Poyet's only on a year contract.
Is he?
Yeah, but they're getting his contract renewed though, so he'll probably get given like a 3 year contract with a
All
like
right.
with a clause that says avoid
How,
relegation.
how's Sunderland doing at the minute?
Well, we're sitting top of the relegation again, but we have 3 games in hand compared to all the other teams.
Yeah.
So it's like but like some of them are hard games, but
Yeah.
we're playing well again. We've got our stuff back. We just need to just get a few wins together and just get
Yeah,
out
that's
the
that's all it
relegation.
is. It's getting somewhat of a run together, to get yourself out. Because I mean, are the 18th? Is that
Yeah,
17th?
something like that, 17th, 18th.
18th? Yeah, all right. Because I haven't really been watching a lot of football this year or this season. And I don't know why. It seems like on the Saturday nights I can never be bothered to watch because I'll be just like watching like YouTube videos or a live stream, and I can never be bothered to watch it. So the next topic I think we can probably talk about is how we think the league's going, because Chelsea seem to be
They're looking to be the favourites, like.
they're looking to be the favourites at the minute, and for me, I
I was thinking Man City at the start, to be honest.
wasn't expecting Chelsea to do this well. I thought they would be like second or third, but I didn't think they'd be.
It's Mourinho, man, he's a genius.
I didn't think for some reason in my head I was like, with Mourinho coming back, he obviously hasn't got the same squad as he did when he won the league with them back in the day. Because that team was, in my opinion, the best Chelsea team they ever had.
Kalou, Malouda, Drogba,
Well, not Malouda was awful.
Anelka,
I'm talking like when they had like
Robin,
Idager Johnson and Makaleli and people like that. I mean,
Gudjonsson, Robin.
yeah, this is when they won the league, when they had like Drogba, Lampard, and Terry were in form. They were really fun to watch. And nowadays they've got Eden Hazard. He's their sort of player to watch, if you would like. He's
Yeah.
their like
Big name player.
he's their like Ronaldo of Real Madrid. He's like their most skillful, most
Well-known player.
well-known player, and he's like when people think of Chelsea these days, I'm pretty sure they probably think of like Hazard or someone like that.
Oscar's
'Cause-
becoming like a good favourite over there, like.
Yeah, for me, I mean I like Oscar, but he doesn't for me do enough to like catch my attention as much as like Hazard does. Like Hazard seems to have these
Everything.
games where he just completely just destroys the opposition. You know what I mean? And Oscar's more of a once every now and again kind of player. I mean that's not bad. It's just when you're at Chelsea, you've got to be performing to a certain standard.
Always.
And I think Hazard does that more than Oscar. Let us know. Do you think Hazard is Chelsea's best player? I mean, the way he's been playing, I'm pretty sure he's the top goal scorer.
And it's going to be hard for Arsenal also because they've just lost Ozil for 7 weeks.
Have they?
to an injury.
To be honest, I think Özil. I don't think he was worth 42
To be honest,
million.
I love the kid. I think he has one of the best passes in the world, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I mean, for me, Özil. I mean, he was decent at Werder Bremen, right? He was pretty decent then, and then he had a really good World Cup, and he went to Real Madrid, and he gets a lot of assists. But for me, as a centre attacking midfielder, you should be able to score a lot as well, instead of just getting assists. Like, he seems like all he can do is just pass and assist. I would want more out of him. I would want him to like score and get assists. You know what I mean?
Like Key.
On FIFA, maybe, but in real life, I think Özil's. You know, I don't know. I just don't think he's.
Hit the mark.
I think he's. This might sound a bit crazy, but I think he's slightly overrated.
He is quite overrated, to be honest. 42
Um,
million. He's a hell of an assister, but
yeah, I mean,
assists don't get you wins.
I mean, the thing is with Özil is I can't remember how much he went to Real Madrid for. It was probably like 18 million from Werder Bremen, something like that. Still haven't spent that money, probably. And then he went left for 42. I just don't think he's worth. I mean, he might be worth like 15 or 20, but he's not worth 42.
Well, it's like Bale, really, isn't it? How he went to Tottenham for 2 million from Southampton, and then he ends up going to
Yeah,
Real Madrid for 82.
like crazy profit you would see on like a FIFA career
But
mode.
imagine if Southampton had a clause in where they got like 80% of the money off the next transfer.
Be able to buy like everyone, wouldn't they?
They would get so much money.
Yeah, but for me anyway, I think he's overrated, and people have been getting on his back, saying that he's not living up to his price tag, and the right to do so, because you need to get on the back if they're not performing well, because sometimes that drives them to do better things. But with Özil, he just seems to just
Hype isn't real.
exactly the hype isn't real with Özil, in my opinion. I'm pretty sure a lot of people would agree that he's overrated. I mean, yeah, he's a decent German youngster, but I think they could have got someone who's a bit more well-rounded, a bit more of an attacking midfielder.
For that money, they could have got Royce, who can play everywhere up front.
Yeah, I mean, he might cost a bit more because back when they got Özil, Royce was still like super, like everyone was hyping him up still. So Borussia Dortmund probably would have had like a.
Goethe?
I'm pretty sure Royce probably has like a 30 or 40 million pound buyout clause.
I think he's worth it. I think he's worth it.
The kid's got a lot of talent.
He's quick. He's got a
and
thunderbolt of a
and
shot.
he said that with Lewandowski and Goetze going to Bayern, he said that he's pledging his career to Dortmund, and I like that because you don't see that these days. If they think, oh well, I can. Although I'm happy where I'm at and I'm earning a good enough amount of money, if I go somewhere else, I'm more likely to earn even more money at a faster rate. And it's just mostly about the sponsorships and the money and stuff. I think Royce would have been a good player, but he plays left mid, I think, on the left side. And for me, I would have that Swab in centre attack and mid, sort of like almost a striker.
No, what I think they do is they play like a Chelsea formation, a 4-2-3-1, with like Kell and Bender in the middle, and
Right.
in the midfield you have Royce on the left, Blaszczykowski on the right, and Mkhitaryan and Cam, with like maybe like a striker up front, because I don't know who the striker is now since they've lost.
Yeah. By the way, I've been in the background. I've just finished a game, and I offered people contracts before the game, and it says they cannot accept the contract because they've been informed the club cannot afford to renew the contract. I've got like 20,000. I can trust us. I can afford. There seems to be a weird glitch on Cream Mode where if you're renewing multiple people's contracts at once, that for some reason it says they can't afford it. Like that's really weird. Why? Why is that?
So many people's trying to sign me keeper.
That's good because that shows that that your keeper's getting better, and you can charge a little bit more for him. So it's a weird glitch on Cream Mode. It's happened to us a few times now.
Oh God, his contract was running low there. I didn't even notice that.
Who's that?
Josh Scowen.
All right. So before we wrap the podcast up, um, maybe in the comments, let us know about who you play your career mode as. Have you done a League Two to Premier League sort of style career mode where you get a League Two team all the way to the Prem and then you solidify them into a good team or an amazing team? So let us know in the comments if you do that as well. Um, I'm just thinking we could probably fit in a few more things before we wrap it up. And
Yeah.
I'm just thinking what we can do now is probably talk about FIFA 15
Ooh, bit
and
early.
yeah, it's a bit early, but I like to get me thoughts and opinions out there while we still sort of playing FIFA a lot and while FIFA's still relevant in the community and people aren't like, oh, I'm bored, I'm going to go on FIFA 12 or whatever. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So what I was wanting to talk about for FIFA 15 is what do you think they could add onto career mode at the minute to fix any problems that you've had in your current career mode that you're doing?
Well, they need to fix all the graphical errors because there's a lot of them.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot more glitches on FIFA 14, and I think the main reason for that is because they were trying to put out a last gen game and a next gen game at the same time, and they obviously had to rush the production on it.
Yep.
I'm thinking maybe they just rushed it too much. You know what I mean? So I think for me anyway, the changes that they need to do is they need to bring in what PES had, and where you get sponsor money and you get loads of different money off like different things. So you get sponsor money. So you have you get sponsors there, pay your money. You get like money from like TV things and everything, and it's awesome. And I think that would be badass. Like based on obviously the position you're at. If you're in League Two, you're not exactly going to get a lot of sponsor money. You know what I mean? But if you're in the
Greg's or
Prem,
something.
if you're in the Prem, and you've got your team with a bit. You're a big shot now. You're winning the league, doing all this sort of stuff. You're breaking in a lot of TV money deals.
Oh, he's got invisible legs again.
We'll talk about that in a second. And you can use that money to bring in new people and strengthen like your contracts and put it away to be safe with your cash and stuff. And I think that sort of thing would make the career mode a lot better because at the minute it seems to be at an average level, and I think if they add more almost football manager kind of things in, I
Yeah.
think I think they can go from strength to strength from there. So
Good news. I just tied Cohen Hall down to another 4-year deal.
awesome. So do you wanna before we wrap it up, do you want to talk about the glitch that you've been having quite frequently?
So yeah, that's basically if I've scouted a start and I've promoted them to my academy, they tend to have goalkeeper pants on outfield, and if I sub them on, for some reason the whole bottom half just disappears. It goes invisible.
It's quite hilarious, guys. It's one of them glitches where you just think, how did this get through testing?
Just check my Twitter. I think I tweeted a picture
Yeah,
times.
check Connor's Twitter. It's at Connor Johnson 27, I think, isn't it?
Something like that.
Yeah, and oh no, I simmed a game and Futax got injured.
Yeah,
Oh, 2 months. Good
I've
thing it's the end of the season.
yeah, I've been simming and I've lost a few games, so I'm gonna have to play a few.
This is a really annoying bug. Everyone I've offered contracts to says, "Oh, the club cannot afford me contracts."
That's never happened that one to me.
Are you having a laugh game? Having a G, yeah,
You
right?
don't have a live reaction, people, of a glitch
Yeah,
happening
our
now.
creamers, yeah. It's really annoying because some of your players have only got like a year and like a month left on some of the contracts, and I want to get them tied down to like a new contract.
Gotta put a ring on it.
Exactly, you got to tie that shit down, and it's just funny how that this is happening. It just doesn't make any sense to us. I'm just baffled. I've got enough wage, and yet there's a glitch where it's like they can't afford it. So I've got more money now than I did at the beginning, and they're accepting the contracts then. Makes no sense.
I cannot beat
Oh,
Tottenham in
man.
this cup game.
So, right, guys, I think we're probably just going to call it an end to the podcast here. This has been episode 4 of the Poopcast. If you've enjoyed, make sure to hit the like button and to subscribe to Connor's channel.
Yeah.
We're gonna try and get back to regular weekly shows now.
Yeah.
Obviously, with me being really poorly, we didn't do last week. So if everything's good and me and Connor's not poorly, we'll continue to get you guys regular content.
Volley.
And and make sure to check out Connor's new Sims series
Yeah.
that he's got
I
out.
will try to get some uploads on that. I've got some. It's just I'm having some render setting issues, so I'm just trying to figure them out.
So make sure to subscribe, guys, and we'll see you next week for episode 5 of the Poopcast. See you later, guys.
Goodbye. Stay classy.